Alright guys, so today's video we're going to be checking out the brand new EarFun Free 2. Now this is one of those budget pair of earbuds that basically gives you a lot for your money. In fact, it just kind of makes it harder for the bigger name companies to charge $200 to $300 for their earbuds, because the sound that these deliver mixed with the features that you're getting, it's kind of hard to believe that these retail for $50. And let alone the fact that right now, because they just got released, they are offering them at a discount price, and they sent a coupon code where you can pick them up right now for only $38. And I can tell you right now, the $38 makes these an absolute no-brainer. You could use this as your main pair of earbuds, and for $38, you could use this as a backup pair if you're gonna be using earbuds at the gym or running or near a pool, so you don't really have to worry about another pair that you probably spent a lot more money on. But we're going to check out some of the features, we're going to talk about the sound, and see why this may be one of the best budget earbuds available. Now to start with, these do use Bluetooth 5.2. They are now using a Qualcomm 3040 chip, which is just one of those chips that gives you very impressive performance, and it really doesn't draw as much power, so it doesn't sacrifice your battery life. Now, as far as Bluetooth codecs, it does have aptX, AAC, and SBC playback, and it's also using Qualcomm's true wireless mirroring when it comes to the connection. And this is easily one of those pairs that you don't have to worry about dropout or connection issues. And I'm also happy to say that you don't have to worry about lag when it comes to movies, videos, and even gaming on your mobile device. And the reason for that is this pair also has a 60 millisecond low latency mode that you can switch these into. But one thing you do have to sacrifice if you do choose to use these in low latency mode, it will shorten the connection that you can get between yourself and your device, and it will also cut down on your battery life. So if you're just going to be listening to music, obviously there's no reason to use this low latency mode, but it's nice that you can switch it into this if you're going to be choosing to watch other types of media. Now, as far as using these outdoors, like I said earlier, this would be an excellent pair to use at the gym, or if you're going to be working out, or if you're going to be near a pool, because they come in rated at IPX7. So they are waterproof. You don't have to worry if they get splashed or if you sweat heavily, and you don't have to worry if you accidentally drop them into water. Now, as far as what all you're getting inside the box, they do come with just the usual small, medium, and large silicone ear tips. And then as far as the charging cable, it does come with a USB-C cable. But another bonus about this pair is the case that you're getting is a Qi wireless charging case. So if you don't want to keep up with the charging cable, you can just come in, drop this on any wireless charger that you have, and it will start charging. And speaking of the charging, battery life, in my opinion, I think is also impressive, because on a single charge, you're going to get around 7 hours of use, where with the charging case, you're going to get around 30 hours total. And so the 7 hours on the earbuds is going to get most people through a normal work day, and I think the 30 hours total is going to get most people through a normal week. But if you do happen to pick the earbuds up and they are dead, these also have a fast charge feature where a 10-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. So moving over to looking at the actual case itself, I do feel like the look of the case is pretty generic. You can see EarFun's logo kind of embossed on the top. On the back, you can see the USB-C input next to the pairing button. And then around on the front, you have a single indicator light. That way you can kind of gauge how much battery life is left on the case. Now moving over to looking at the actual earbuds, they also kind of have that shiny plastic look to them, but they're kind of a mix between the Sennheiser Momenums and the Samsung Galaxy Buds as far as the design goes. It's an extremely comfortable pair. I didn't have any kind of issues with these falling out. I didn't feel like I had to adjust these from time to time. And they also use touch controls that I'm happy to say allow you to control everything. So you have your play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards. You have your volume control, and then you also have the ability to switch it into that low latency mode. So I think it's great that you have all of your controls all in the earbuds themselves. And then for you guys that like to use your earbuds independently, you'll be happy to know that you can use either the left or the right. And then as far as the microphones, this is another area that I think people are going to be impressed with because I felt like it picked up my voice extremely well. But because it has the CVC 8.0 technology, it also did a really good job of blocking out my surroundings. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. All right, guys, so here is a mic test using the EarFun Free 2. I think overall it does a pretty decent job of picking up my voice. I do notice it's a little on the warmer side, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound, because as impressive as a lot of those features were for the price tag, I still think it's the sound that makes these stand out the most. It definitely has a dynamic sound. There is some spaciousness in it, so it sounds fairly open. I do feel like the bass is where they focus the most on, but they didn't allow the bass to just make these muddy or congested. It just has a slightly warmer sound to it. The bass has plenty of kick. In fact, they even allow it to get a little loose at times so that it kind of has that subwoofer type feel. But luckily the mids are still pushed forward where I had no issues with hearing vocalists. In fact, this pair does a really good job of hearing subtle characteristics in vocalists as well. And same thing with the treble. They allowed the treble to get up to the point of being fairly bright, but they still pulled it back enough so that it didn't get close to being harsh. So the plus side to that is it doesn't sound as overemphasized as maybe the low end does on these, but I think they did a really good job of trying to balance all of this out. So you have a very punchy bass, a nice bright treble, and slightly forward mids that just really makes this great to listen to with all genres. I switched to rock and metal, and it didn't allow it to just get sloppy. You could switch it over into easy listening, and the vocalist just had a really nice clean tone to them. And then even switching over into mainstream like pop and hip hop. The bass added a lot of thump when it came to the low end, but it still allowed you to hear all the different characteristics that usually get drowned out in a lot of other earbuds. Now, as far as the soundstage and the sound imaging, because it has that somewhat spaciousness sound, these sound like you're in a fairly large room, and you will have no issue being able to tell where different instruments and subtle sounds are coming from. So again, I think it's really impressive what they're offering for the price. I will say that if you're an audio purist or if you want a flatter sound signature, because EarFun doesn't have an app that specifically works with these, you're kind of stuck with that very boosted consumer-friendly sound. So going back to the fact that you're getting audio quality that really does match up with more expensive brands, you're getting IPX7 waterproof, you're getting a Qi wireless charging case, you're getting a low latency mode, and aptX playback. There's just a lot of things to list, and this pair, in my opinion, could easily cost double to triple the $50 price tag. So it makes it even easier to recommend these, given the fact that you can pick them up for $38. But if you are interested, I will have links to all of that in the description. But guys, that's my video on the brand new EarFun Free 2. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.